Okay, try this. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Fox, and I'm from sunny Florida. What I want to do is a series of videos on some calculators I've designed. I think they're a good idea, but my daughter tells me everybody thinks their ideas are good, so I'm just going to put myself out in front of the bus and give it a try. Okay, what I have here is what I call a B4 stub calculator. And what I think's uh, good about these calculators is that they're very user friendly. They're very easy to use and understand, and they're very versatile too. Because I don't know if anybody else has any calculators out there that does these parallels out here of these 90 degrees bends. So I think that's something new too. Uh, what I want to do is just quickly describe some of the features of this calculator. Is that everything on this left hand side, this is all input information. This blue corresponds to this blue conduit, which is your first pipe, which is your starting point. You always have to have a starting point. This magenta is for your parallel conduits if you want to do a series, and whether you want to move in from your reference point pipe to, or you want to move out. Okay, this green, all this is all output. So this illustration here, uh, this is your conduit, your stick of conduit. This is your 9-degree bend. This is your kick bend. And if you was doing center type layout, using a center type layout bender, you could just take this dimension, cut it in half, and put your center shot on your bending shoe right there on those marks, and do a center type layout bender. So that's that's a good feature too. And this add one, add two, add three. This is, if these two here, they'll add up to this add one here. These three here will add up to this add two, and these four here will add up to this add three. And that's if you just wanted to hook your tape measure off the end of the pipe and put these dimensions on the pipe, any one of them, or you need at least two of them that you want to use. And this KTS adjust, and I put the text in red, and that corresponds for if you're doing this in layout series of parallels. Each pipe is going to grow by this amount right here, and that's what's going to be in this box right here. And uh, everything, being color coded, I think just helps in keeping it clear in your mind how this works. Now I want to tell you too that all measurements are to center line, so whatever measurements you put into this or give me need to be to the center line. Uh, I've been over that, and really, and this calculator, essentially, it's all designed for end-to-end conduit bending. If these parallels get to be a little different story because the tails ain't even, but it's from one pipe to the next, to your offset, to another type of kick, or to whatever. It's meant to do end-to-end conduit bending. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do a quick layout. Let's change this to 36. So we've got a 36-inch stub, which all three of these are the same. Say the radius, the center line radius of your bending shoe was 10 inches. Your offsets, whatever offset you want, is 10 inches. And your angles, whatever angle you want. See, so that's why I say it's so easy to use. That's it. If you was doing one pipe, and that's all you'd have to put in, and it'll generate all the information you need for that one pipe right here. And I've seen guys take quite a bit of time to try to put just a simple kick in a piece of pipe. There's a little bit of an art to it. So much less trying to do a whole series of them like this calculator does. So if I was doing just one, there, boom, there's one right there. That's all the information. That's all the dimensions on the pipe that that you need. This is your 90. Split that in half if you want to center bend. Otherwise, this is 26, that first line there, bend it, and then you could take this 5178 second line there, bend your kick, or whatever, however you want to do it. You have full flexibility of how you're going to bend it, because it's a little bit of an art too sometimes of how you got to bend a piece of pipe. And if you was doing parallels, you just put whatever one of these dimensions in. If the spread is primary, if there's something in this box here, it's going to take it first. So And then if you want to go in, boom, there's your numbers right there. This is the stub length here when you're done. Your 36 is the stub on your stub side. This is your kicktail stub here. This is the adjustment on it. This is the amount you would have to cut off if you wanted to pre-cut this. You have to cut that off. And every time you move in, it's going to be times your adjustment again. That's if you don't change anything in your first inputs. And if you want to do another one going in, if you want to do 10 of them going in. Now I want to show you something too. When you get into a negative value, your layout is not viable because of course there are no negative lengths. So whenever you get a negative value anywhere in here or up here, then your layout isn't viable. So, and now you can also, and what I was saying here about these adjusts, if you're moving out, I just zero this out because if you're moving out, you're getting shorter. So it's, you don't know where that adjustment line is going to be till you get back to your last pipe. But if you was doing your layout and starting from the inside, I could just move to the outside and move back in, and I could still generate these adjusts if you need them. So that's just how I wrote the program. I think it's just more logical. And okay, the next thing we can take a look at too, let's go right back out to where we started. Since I didn't change anything yet, we can get right back to where we started, to the 10-inch offset, because this offset changes with every one of these pipes in this layout. It's just part of the pattern. Okay, now we're back where we started, so I reversed right back out. Now I can also take and change the radius here. Say I want to put a 20-inch, and if you're doing a change in radius, you're better off going to the inside because it has more arc length on the inside, so there's less chance of the two pipes interfering with each other as if it was on the outside, and maybe having to increase the spread to keep that from happening. So that's just a little tip. So I changed the radius. Now if I want to go in, and there's what happens with this. This increased by some gains, and so did this. So the larger radius has more gains, so it increased these amounts here. And everything else in here changed, but you see also you got a negative value here. So that's something that you have to watch out, when you're doing your layout. Simple, watch out for a negative value. But you sometimes can in this adjust stuff and some of these other calculators. A negative value inside here means a shrink. A positive value in here means a gain. This pipe here, it gained, so a positive value. But if you get a negative value in here, that means it's a shrink, and then then you have to go back all the way through your layout. So that's something it's going to take you a little bit of practice with to see that. And this thing here is just a clear button. It just clears everything right out to start again. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to be doing some free layouts because this is an all new thing, and if you send me an email to pipeologyfl@gmail.com and just try to give me a lead time on it of a day if you can do it the next day ahead, plan it out a little bit. Give me your name, the company you work for, I'd like to know who I'm dealing with, and which bend, because I say which bend because this is a B4 stub bend, but I'm planning on doing 16 of these things. I've got about 7 of them ready to go now, so I'm trying to get them out more commercially, but it's not that easy. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do a website or get on the App Store, probably both at some point, but I'm not there yet. I just haven't got it all together yet, and that's what I'm working towards. And give me the bend and these 4 inputs. This is your start, and if you're doing one pipe, just give me these 4 inputs, and that's it. I'm good. I'll send you. I'll take a copy of this and send it back to you in your Gmail. And if you're doing parallels, give me a spacing or a spread, and either one, and tell me the number of conduits that you need. And then also tell me whether you're moving in or moving out, because that makes a difference too. So, and if you're moving out and you don't need this KTS adjust, that's good. But if you're moving out and do need this KTS adjust, then tell me and I'll start the layout backwards and work back in. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you all later.